Syntax Chats. I'm joined by Jenny Madigan, our Vice President of Media Relations and Communications. Hi, Jenny.
Hello.
So starting out, how has media relations changed since COVID?
Well, I think we just have to be aware that there's really only one story right now. And so it's changed in that you have to make sure that your story has something to do with what's going on in the news. And right now, it's something that we've always done at Syntax, but you can't send out your blanket press release and assume that you're going to get coverage on whatever you're announcing. You really have to be very targeted, make sure that your pitch makes sense to the reporter you're reaching out to, and that it has something to do with what's going on in the world right now. Otherwise, you're just not going to get the coverage you want.
What can organizations do to tell their story right now?
I think, first of all, they again, think very carefully about what you're going to announce. Look at what's going on in the news. Like we say, look at the stories that you're up against and be very realistic. Is it worth putting this out in this moment? Is it worth doing this outreach? Find the value that you're going to add to the outlet or the reporter that you're reaching out to, and think about what do they need to make this a full story. You have one piece of it, but they have to think, okay, so what other elements are going to be in this story? If you can help them do that and it make their job a lot easier for them, you have a better chance of landing this, and also a better chance of them seeing your announcement as a story that might matter to their readers or their viewers.
If somebody doesn't have a story right now, it could be exciting, but it doesn't fit with the news cycle. What's your advice?
The other thing I would look at is what is your expertise and how does that fit in with what's going on right now? So if you're in healthcare, let's say, but your product or your service doesn't relate to COVID-19, is there something that you can comment on that's in the news? And how can you let reporters and producers and editors know that you're out there available for interviews if they need them? Because right now, that's what they're looking for, is experts to comment on all of these developments that are happening. So it's another way to get into the news that doesn't necessarily have to do with what you're doing in that moment, but it also builds your credibility throughout this.
Absolutely. So it's kind of better to play the long-term game, keep those relationships, pitch if it's relevant, and really be cognizant of the news cycle.
Yeah, it's something that we are very aware of at Syntax. We won't pitch a story if we don't think it's a story, because the more often you're in a reporter's inbox and you don't have something relevant to them, the more likely they're going to ignore you. I want people to see my name in their inbox and think, oh, she probably has something interesting to tell me, rather than, oh, there she is again. I'm going to just delete that before I even read it. And when you do those mass mailouts, hello, sir or madam, you can guarantee you are not only not going to be read, but you could be blocked by the reporter that's receiving your email as well.
Awesome advice. Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you.